Go and make your own money. Go and work. You can never see someone that has money or someone that is doing very well for himself. You can never see such kind of person dragging property with his brother's widow. Hi guys, welcome back again to another video. If you are new here, thank you so much. I'm so sorry that I had to go off on this channel for some time, and that was because I had something came up, something that is not a good news. But right now I feel good. I'm okay now. Okay, though I've not gotten over it entirely, but I feel really better now compared to like a week or 2 weeks ago. Anyways, we are not here to talk about myself. We have a very interesting topic that affects all of us, especially we that come from Africa, particularly Nigeria. So we want to talk about this thing. It affects a lot of women a lot in that part of the world, that is Nigeria, and that is something I want to address today. And I'm going to be addressing it because something actually made me want to address this, and I feel like if I don't address this, then I will not rest. So it's better I address it now because it's very important that my audience get to hear this, especially if they have not heard it before. So there is this culture of this thing it happened in most parts of Africa, but particularly in Nigeria, it happens a lot in Nigeria. So that is why I'm focusing in Nigeria, okay? Widows in Nigeria go through a lot. If you are a widow that is watching me today, I want you to listen to me, okay? I know it's not easy for you, but I want you to listen to me, listen to what I have to say. And also, if you are not a widow, you also have to listen to what I have to say, because like I said, this thing affects all of us. Everybody has to be involved for us to get the needed change that we need to make our society better. So there's this culture of when a woman's husband dies, the family of the husband tend to collect everything that the man has, like all the properties the man acquired while he was alive. The family of the man, especially the brothers and the sisters, they tend to collect everything from the widow. So that is the topic we want to address today. And like I told you guys, something actually prompted this. I did not just wake up to address this particular matter. So widows go through a lot, and this particular tradition is not a tradition or a culture per se, at least to the best of my knowledge from where I come from. It's not a culture, it is not a tradition, but it still happens. The reason I used the tradition part for it before is because there is this adage from my place that says that when evil stays longer, it becomes a tradition. Like it will start looking as if it's a tradition. I don't know if you guys get. So that is exactly why I use the word, the culture of taking everything from a widow. These things are always done, like most of the time, they are done by the brothers or the sisters of the man. In fact, the moment they hear that their brother is no more, the first thing they will go after is property. Nobody wants to know what happened. Nobody wants to even sympathize or even mourn their brother. The first thing they will go after are the properties. That is what they do, especially if the man is rich. There is this case that happened last year. The moment the man died, the first thing the brother did was to go enter the house, pack the land documents and the property documents of the properties of the man, and then take it back to their hometown. He traveled. The wife was still mourning. She didn't even know what was happening. She was still mourning the husband, while the brother-in-law has already taken everything because the brother-in-law lived with them. The brother-in-law took everything and ran back to their town, to their village, where he feels like he will get the kind of backing that he needs. As if that was not enough, the guy even came back later with other people, other entitled family members, to harass the widow and even take their child. That is the last child of the widow. It went viral on the internet last year. So these are the things that we are going to address here today, because these things are not cool. It's cruelty. It's not cool at all. I don't know why a human being will feel good to unleash such pain on their fellow human being. Let's even leave the fact that the person is your sister-in-law, but as a human being, how can you even do this to your fellow human being? And what causes most of these things? Number one, boundaries. maybe the brother did not create enough boundary when he was alive. Laziness, because there is nobody that is hardworking, that knows what they are doing, that has purpose in life. People that have future, that will be dragging properties with their brother's widow. It is not possible. You cannot see anybody that has future, people that have plans, or people that are pursuing their future, that is busy trying to build up their career or trying to excel in whatever plans that they have. You can never see such people dragging properties with their late brother's widow. You can never see it. It's always those never do well, those ones that rubbished their lives, that's their youthful lives. They were not able to achieve anything. It's always people, those ones that do not have future. They don't even have plans for themselves. It's always the ones that are failures, sorry to use that word. Those ones that did not achieve anything in their own lives. So most of them wait for their brother, their successful brother, to die so that they will collect the properties of their brother. Some of them even go as far as trying to remove their brother, like get the brother out of the way by themselves. And who do you blame for this? The blame, I always say, is that the blame goes to the man, that is the husband of the woman. That is who I blame. The reason I blame the man is because when the man was alive, if he had done the things that he was supposed to do, even if they are dragging properties with his wife, at least within the arms of the law, the properties will still be in the wife's name. What I'm trying to say is that as a man, a married man, your family should be your priority. I am not saying that your brother or your sisters or your mother or your extended family are not your family. But the moment that you get married, your wife and your children should be your priority, like your number one, your primary priority. Others are extended families to you the moment you get married. That doesn't mean that you should not treat them like family. They are your family. You should also love them and treat them well as well. But then your wife and your children are people that all your focus, like your primary focus, should be on. So even when you are alive, you are supposed to plan your life, because you don't even know what will happen the next minute. Like, you should have a will, because the law can never give properties to children. They can never give them underage children. They will always give it to an adult. You should have a will. That will is what is going to protect your family if anything happens to you. And let me be honest with you, because you may say that, okay, my brothers are not like that, or my sisters are not like that, my families are not like that. They treat me very well, they respect my family, they do this, they do that. See, it's not written on the face. They know the right hand for face. They will never show you that kind of, like some families, they will never show you that kind of animosity like when you are alive. They wait until you're gone. But if you have a will, they will not succeed. But in a situation where you don't have a will, it gets so ugly when the person is no longer alive. And when you tell people to write a will, they will be like, are you expecting me to die today or tomorrow? No, the person is not expecting you to die today or tomorrow. But the thing is, death is inevitable. It's something that we don't even know when it will come. It's not something that you can predict. You don't know when it will happen. Most of the people that have gone today, they didn't even know that they will go at the time that they left. So this is what I am talking about. That is why you have to prepare just in case it happens. That you are writing a will does not mean that you expect your death, no. But you're just trying to, just in case it happens, so that your children will not suffer. There are people today that their parents, their father, acquired a lot of wealth. But because their father did not leave a will behind, when the father died, the family of the father collected everything from their mom. And their mom had to start suffering. They actually had to start from the beginning again to raise the children with nothing. And then the kids children that we are enjoying life before, in a twinkling of an eye, they will start suffering. This is people's reality, a lot of people's reality. And I'm not sure that you would want your children to go through this. A lot of people that work hard today, we all work hard to give our children the best, to give our generation the best. But when you are working that hard, try to make sure that you work smart. That is, do things at the time that you are supposed to do them. So that all your efforts will not be monkey they walk, bamboo they shop. Like after working and hustling, another person will come and collect everything from your children. And then your children will start living in misery. This is what we are talking about. This is why you have to leave a will for your family. Another reason I blame the men for this kind of occurrences is that most times these men, when they are single, they usually have like their brothers as their next of kin, or most times their brothers. It's not even their mom, their brothers most times. And then when they get married, instead of them to change that next of kin to their wives, they will not do it. They will leave their brother. Most men that get married, I'm sorry, but I've seen these things. I've seen them confess it. I've seen a lot of men on social media say that their wives are not their family, but they accept that their own children are their family, but their wives are not their family. People say it boldly. You may think it's a joke, but it's not. People actually say these things, that their wives are not their family, but their children are. So when you assume that your wife is not your family, but your brothers are your family, when you are no more, those your children, especially when they are underage, they go suffer. That person you call a brother will never ever take care of your child the way that your wife would. Nobody in this earth that will take care of your children the way your wife would. Who do you think have your interests at heart? Or are you telling me that you would also choose your brothers over your children? So this is what we are talking about. If you have your brother as your next of kin, if you have your brother, like your brother is your second person, you are buying properties and you are giving your brothers the documents of those properties. Because this particular issue now that prompted this video is because the man was buying properties and he was giving the documents of those properties to his brothers to keep for him. He didn't know he would die. He was a young man. He was in his early 40s. He didn't know he would die that young. But he left this world. Now, the brothers are dragging those properties from the wife. This woman has children for the man. Little children. So this is what I'm talking about. Try to be very wise. Yeah, they are your families. But the truth is, when you are no more alive, that's when you see their true self. Most of the people that call you family, they don't love you. They don't care about you. It's because of maybe things they are benefiting at that moment. It's because they cannot fight you at that moment. But once you are no more, the way they will pounce on your wife, and you know that once you are no more, anything that is done on your wife has a direct effect on your children. It is not segregation. It is not. This is raw fact. This is the truth. Nothing but the truth. A lot of people do not know these things. But the world is no longer in the 80s. You have to learn from people's experience. You have to learn from what other people are going through. Do not allow it to happen to your family before you learn, because by that time, it will be too late. If you stay where you did, maybe in hell or in heaven, you will see your family, they suffer. Your children, the children that you worked hard for, you will see them, they suffer. And then your brother go carry your property, your sweat. Your brother go carry them. They raise your own family. Do not allow yourself to be in the position before you learn. Learn from what other people are going through. This lady right now, I don't even know where she's going to start. But I'm hoping that she fight back. Because there are some organizations right now that fight these things. If you don't know, you can just make some research. This is like if you are in the shoes of this woman that I'm talking about now. then you need to go on social media, search for those organizations, human rights organizations and other women organizations. Report so that they will help you to get back your husband's properties, because those properties belong to you and your children. That is the truth. Even if the man didn't have children, legally, those documents belong to the wife. If the man has children, legally, it belongs to the man and the children. If the man did not have wife or children, then it belongs to the parents. If the parents are no more, then it belongs to the siblings. If there are no siblings, then uncles and relatives. Another thing again is that women, we need to know our rights. Know your rights. It's very important, because most of the time, the people they do this to are those women that are very naive. Most of them don't even know their rights. So they take those things as, it's the will of God. No, it's not. It is not the will of God for you, for your husband to labor, you and your husband. Because while your husband was laboring, you yourself, you are making your own sacrifices. You are raising the children. You are keeping the home. You are making the home. People built the wealth together. And then, after all those labor, somebody else will come and take it and you will say it's the will of God. Which kind of God be that one? No, it's not the will of God. That is not the will of God for you. It is not. Stop taking it as the will of God. It is not. You have to know your right. You have to know when you fight. Do not allow people to take away what belongs to you and your children. Also, as we are preaching against this, some of us that are preaching against this are also doing this thing to other people, as in our brothers' widows, which is not cool. You cannot be preaching against this kind of thing and then in your own house, you join your siblings to bully your brother's widow. No. You can't. It's not cool. It's not okay. So we all need to do better. Do not bully your brother's widow. Do not drag properties with your brother's widow. Go and make your own money. Go and work. When your brother is working, when your siblings are working, work. Your legs are fine. Your hands are fine. Work. Go and work. So that you will make your... Because once you have your money, like I said, you can never see someone that has money or someone that is doing very well for himself. You can never see such kind of person dragging property with his brother's widow. Never. Never. You can never see it. It's always those ones that do not have anything to their name. So they are looking for free properties to collect. So try to work hard and make something for yourself so that you don't go and be dragging properties with your brother's widow. And that is it about today's video. What do you guys think? I would love to hear your opinion on this topic. If you've gone through this, please let me hear your experience in the comment section. If you know someone that is going through it, you can also share in the comment section. You can also share this video for other people to listen, learn one or two things. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.